did you forget how to sleep again? Why would you do something so silly like that? That's okay. I'll do my best. See what I can do to sort your sleepy, delirious brain out, okay? I do need to ask for a little bit something from your end, though, and that is that you use your imagination. Because the first step of getting to sleep is imagining that you can get to sleep. Okay? Okay. I would like you to imagine that this little pumpkin head is you. Alright, this little pumpkin head is you. And you have these tracks running from the apex of your brain all the way down your face and your body. And those are your relaxation channels, your dream channels. And whenever I scratch around them, it very gently stimulates those parts, doesn't it? Doesn't it? And when I hold you by your stem a bit here, I can kind of just shake out some of your distracting thoughts. Shake anything out that doesn't belong in there, because you are trying to get to sleep. You're trying to get to sleep, so we can shake out the distracting thoughts and then patch up your brain a bit. Click, 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 click. Whenever I pat, you can feel it, can't you? Does that feel nice? Good. And these are your eyes. And I know that they're tired from all your hard work, staring at your screen, looking at too many memes. And wouldn't it be nice just to close them and be in the dark, in the silence, and in the quiet, and in the peace of a dark, empty brain that's been all shook out. And then, starting at the tip of your head, at the very tip of your head, we can start to trace down those relaxation lines. Bring you back down into peace. Whenever I brush my fingers over those veins, it's like little electricity pathways down your head. Cascading down from your head to your toes. Cascading down. Kind of cold, kind of warm. Just a sparkly feeling. Something that makes you just want to close those tired eyes and enjoy it. Enjoy it so that you can feel those twinkles inside your head? Feel those twinkling stars inside your brain. It might be nighttime outside your head when you need to get to sleep. Or it might be daytime because you're a night shifter. Or a gamer. Or whatever you are. But whatever it is outside, it's much more important that you feel nighttime inside your head when you need to sleep. That you can feel stars, pinpricks of light in the darkness of your mind, softly glowing, watching over you. And maybe your stars look like little mushrooms. Stars outside very rarely look like mushrooms. But the stars in your brain can look like little mushrooms. And they can glow and shimmer. And sometimes cascade into each other like little bubbles, bubbles, bubbles in the river. The river, whoosh, whoosh, that flows through your mind, bringing scratchy, 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 go me. Scratchy, 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 go me. The most gentle feeling of calm and safety. Have you ever just floated somewhere? I think it's actually not really been something I've done. I don't often float, but I do have a couple memories in my head of being in a pool or something and floating softly, feeling the weightlessness and knowing that I was in a safe environment where I could close my eyes and just let the water carry me wherever it wanted to carry me. And that's what falling asleep should feel like. Falling asleep in the cool, crisp autumn. I want to give your mind a little bit of something to focus on while you drift, okay? While I scratch your little cheeks, and scratch your brain, making sure that you feel comfy and relaxed while you listen to this song. Autumn, autumn, autumn is here. Time to pick apples. Autumn is here. 2, 3, 4. Autumn, autumn, autumn is here. Time to pick pumpkins and apples. Oh, autumn is here. Autumn, autumn, autumn is here. Zip up your jacket. Time to pick pumpkins and apples. Oh, autumn is here. 2, 3, 4. Autumn, autumn, autumn is here. pumpkins and apples. Oh, autumn is here. 2, 3, 4. Autumn, autumn, autumn is here. Count all your blessings. 1, 2. We'll go on a hay ride, rake up the leaves, zip up your jacket. Time to pick pumpkins and apples. Oh, autumn is here. Shka, 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 shka. Did you like that? 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 I love that little tune. Songs that are nice and predictable, I think, can give us a sense of very easy entertainment, a pattern that your mind can kind of fall into, a pattern so familiar, just like sleep, which is familiar to you. I know some nights it feels completely foreign, but I promise you know how to sleep. You know how to sleep. The instincts are inside of you, just under the surface, underneath all those distractions. Underneath all those distractions. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let me give your head a nice little shk. Can you feel that? 3, 2, 1, shk. 3, 2, 1, shk. 3, 2, 1, shk. Squeeze and woof. Relax, 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 relax. Relax. We'll go on a hay ride, rake up the leaves, zip up your jacket. Time to pick pumpkins and apples. Oh, autumn is here. Scratch, 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 scratch. Holding your little hands and giving them a good squeeze, 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 squeeze. Can you feel my fingers right at the base of your ears? Tracing down your face. And as my fingers pass, it's like everything they pass shuts down as they glide down from your ears to your forehead muscles, your brows, your eyes, your nose, your smile muscles. You don't need to smile. You don't need to react. Your jaw can hang loosely. You don't need to give me any affirmation that you're listening, that you care. All you get to do is enjoy the experience of listening without performing in any way. You don't have to perform. Not right now. You can just let everything calm and slow. Calm and slow. Calm and slow. And a twinkle gentle vibration of barely awareness, kind of drifting in and out of sleep, noticing that this is a different sound from before, right? You can tell it's a different sound from before. But you know what it is, and you can just enjoy it without opening your eyes, without doing anything except listening. Feeling cozy and comfortable, feeling a hug, a tight squeeze, and a release of all that tension. Thinking about a hug really can be just about as good as getting one, because it's a way to remember that you are loved. You are part of the community of humans on this earth, and just by being alive and breathing all this air, you're participating in life. You're participating in life, which is a rare thing, not just to have, but to be conscious of, you know? There's plenty of alive things that don't have the awareness to enjoy it, to appreciate it. But you do. You get to witness, be a true witness to the universe. And a part of being witness to the universe is being witness to your own dreams, to the mysteries we have not yet explained. Your dreams are real life. Your dreams are real life, because they're happening, aren't they, inside of your head? And aren't they something to be curious about? Aren't they part of the universe experiencing itself inside the fabric of your brain folds? Somewhere behind those eyes of yours lies a world that only you have witnessed, have the capacity to witness. And that's so special. You're special. You don't have to do anything to be special. You just are. And I don't know anything about you, so that's my favorite part of you. That I know that you are unique and special, and that you have your own set of wisdom and also questions. You have questions no one else has, and that makes you really special and important to me, and also important to the universe. Your dreams are beautiful and interesting. Inside that big ol' head of yours, scratch, 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 scratch. Scratch, 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 scratch. Scratch, 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 scratch. Scratchy, 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 scratch. random kind of stuff that can keep you up at night. But I want you to focus instead of on the thoughts themselves. Just focus on the sweet feeling of their presence flitting around your sleepy brain, and how much more powerful the wave of peace is. Those flitting thoughts stand no chance against that wave of sleepiness and relaxation that starts at your head in the deepest parts of your brain and then rushes forward down your face and down your body and down your arms and legs and neck and stomach and toes, all the way down until you are fast asleep, 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 asleep. Something you very much know how to be. You've done it most nights since you were born, and you know how to settle into that sweet, sweet little stillness. I know you do. Enjoy the heaviness, enjoy the heaviness and the slowness, and how everything at first seems to kind of slow down and then pause, and then maybe there's a moment of sudden awareness, but pretty quickly your brain begins to pause again, and then maybe you gain a little bit of awareness, but then it pauses and slows and pauses and slows until you are completely, 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 completely asleep, asleep, asleep. Good night, 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 good night. I have a feeling that most of you are sleeping, so I am going to do the softest, whispered, slowest advertisement you've ever seen. And I'm going to talk about cheeky soap and also about affiliates versus sponsorships. Recently, Charlie, also known as Moist Critical Penguins, made a YouTube video very openly talking about how much money he makes on YouTube. And I think there's been a recent wave of a lot of people being more open about how exactly revenue works on all these platforms. And so I kind of wanted to use this opportunity to talk about some things that I can tell people are misunderstanding in the audience, which is the difference between affiliate so many puzzle pieces of the world that I wasn't privy to earlier, you know, like, what's it called? Aqua something. You know, there's the company that does all of the maintenance on all of the dishwashing machines, the industrial dishwashing machines that they have in restaurants. There's a company that delivers towels. There's food distributors that deliver the food every week. There's all these, like, there's like, the company that delivers the hand towels is usually the same company that washes and delivers, like, fancy napkins if it's a restaurant with fancy napkins, but not always. Sometimes it's a different company. I love all of those behind the scenes things that happen in industries, being privy to it. And so if any of y'all have a similar curiosity about how things work and didn't know about the differences between, you know, sponsorships and affiliates, I just wanted to say that. Now let's talk about the soap. Now let's actually do the ad, okay? Cheeky soap. Has boxes that sound really nice when you tap them. This box, you can probably hear, there's nothing in there. There ain't no soap in there, and that's because the soap is by my sink. I love this soap. Their soaps are all natural, and they have ingredients like shea butter and jojoba oil that make your skin very, very, very soft and silky whenever you use it on your body. My personal favorite thing about the soaps is really how they smell. They smell so good. They smell amazing, and they have a very strong scent that will, in my experience, actually like stick to your skin. A lot of soaps, they smell good like in the shower, but then by the time you're out of the shower, the smell is gone. It doesn't stick to you. And then you just start smelling like a primate again, you know what I mean? But these will keep you smelling really nice, and so I love that. I love that. This soap is called Pulp Francis. Pulp Francis. All of their soaps have like funny names. And this soap, Sunday Scaries, is their newest soap. You can hear it in the box. You can hear it in the box. I love the smell of this soap. I can't wait to finish Pulp Francis so that I can move on to this soap. It's honestly like, it's almost frustrating. Like, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 bars of Cheeky soap right now, and I've only used one of them. Like, to be totally clear, I've only used Pulp Francis because I'm not gonna use every soap. I'm not gonna use every soap and then just put them back in the box. Have 8 soaps in my bathtub. Like, well, that's stupid. And I honestly don't want to give them away because they smell good. Like, I want to use them. Especially this one. Y'all, this one smells so good. You know, it kind of smells like a mix between like a Play-Doh and cake, which that's something that I just squeezed and held in my hand for comfort, and I called it Godmother because I think I thought it smelled like my godmother. It was one of my aunts, and I still idolize this woman so much, but whenever I was a little tiny baby child, I idolized her even more. And I think my mom told me, actually, that it smelled like her, but it also smells like my mom, like, kind of, not always, but I think the women in my family like the smell of lavender, so a lot of them smell like lavender. But anyway, I had this little herb pouch that smelled like lavender. I think it had dried lavender inside of it, and I called it Godmother. And I have so many memories of like walking around the house looking for Godmother because I wanted that little packet, and like squeezing it in the car and smelling it in the car, like in my car seat. Very deep childhood memories of Godmother. This silly little fabric thing, but all that to say, their soaps smell amazing, their soaps feel amazing. If you really want to make your skin silky, soft, smooth, dolphin texture, okay, you have to use nice soap, and you have to exfoliate. Exfoliating is the real kicker, okay? Get yourself a glove, a sponge, a net, an African, they call them African bath nets, rinse nets, wash nets, something like that. They're like these nets that are really nice. If your skin's super sensitive, it might not be the thing for you. Maybe you'll want like a more gentle exfoliator. But get yourself an exfoliating tool, not just a soap that's exfoliating, because a lot of those exfoliating things in them it's usually either sugar or plastic or a mix of both, and it's just kind of like a waste because you could just use a soap and then a tool that you have forever, like the net thing, or a sponge, or like a rough sponge, or like an exfoliating glove. You can keep forever, but like a sugar scrub, you're gonna like run out of. you're gonna run out of. So anyway, get yourself a good exfoliating tool. Get yourself a nice soap. I really do recommend Cheeky soap. And then smell